Hi, my name is Noel, and I teach meditation as a universal practice which has rich fruits for individuals and society. In this video, we will explore the practical, pragmatic benefits of meditation. So here goes. So far, we have learned that meditation is about stillness of body and mind. And we've discovered that we learn about meditation by doing it. We learn that while distractions are inevitable and they are likely to be frequent and persistent, we can, however, choose not to engage with them. We come to appreciate that we can let them go and bring our attention to something else. Because we cannot think our way beyond thought, in focused attention meditation, we bring our whole attention to a single word. And we recommend the word ma, ra, na, tha, which, as it happens, comes from the Christian tradition. We learned that stillness is entered by the repetition of a single word, which we say continuously from the beginning to the end of our meditation. And very importantly, we say our word slowly and lovingly, returning to it every time we realize we have become distracted again. And we learned that if we're serious about meditation, we need to set aside some time every day for it. In this video, and over the next few videos, we will explore some of the practical, pragmatic benefits of meditation. There's a growing body of evidence over the past 45 years, and especially since the turn of the millennium, that points towards the benefit of regular meditation and the role that it plays in enhancing human performance and maintaining good health and well-being. The practical benefits of meditation can be summarized by saying that meditation benefits physical health, increases cognitive function, improves mental health, and enhances emotional well-being. The positive effects on physical health include its beneficial effects for blood pressure, reduced anxiety and stress, improved immune function, improved symptoms in heart disease, symptom control in patients with fibromyalgia, and so on. Meditation enhances cognitive function too. It allows us to understand and relate to the world around us more effectively. The positive effects include the cultivation of a more observing attitude. It sustains and improves our attention, and it gives rise to better reasoning and creativity and insightful problem solving. One becomes more focused and less prone to distractions. Meditation also improves mental health and helps with anxiety and depression. It can lead to a reduction in negative emotions and worrying, and it promotes a more positive attitude towards perceived stress. It enhances overall brain function, leading to improved coping strategies and better decision making. Some studies suggest that it can also reduce the risk of relapse or recurrence in depression. Meditation also leads to a heightened sense of emotional well-being, a greater sense of emotional stability, enhanced openness, and improved self-esteem. One becomes more openly curious and receptive to new experiences. As one's emotional intelligence expands, social function improves and leads to a greater capacity for enjoying life. Now, while the research is clear that meditation does give rise to these benefits, it's not so clear about how it does so. However, recent fMRI brain research on expert meditators shows that meditation practice induces brain modifications especially in areas involved in self-awareness and self-regulation. A Harvard study in 2011 suggests that participation in MBSR, that's mindfulness-based stress reduction, is associated with changes in grey matter concentration in brain regions involved in learning and memory processes, and emotional regulation, self-referential processing, and perspective taking. Dr. Shanida Nataraja has written a scientific guide to meditation and the brain that explores such research in considerable detail. And she concludes that practices such as meditation impact positively on measurable health outcomes. Her book is called The Blissful Brain. She suggests that the benefits arise for two main reasons. Firstly, meditation heightens our awareness of our habitual patterns and defense mechanisms. And secondly, meditation promotes whole brain integration by building neural pathways between the left and right hemispheres of the brain. In order to survive in the world, much of our repetitive behavior takes place automatically. Think how easy it becomes to drive a car or ride a bike after some practice, but how difficult it is in the beginning when it is an entirely new activity. We have all probably seen how putty can be used to make the imprint of a key. If we press the key into the putty and then remove it, the shape and imprint of the key remains in the putty. In a similar way, we can see how the brain records an imprint of our experiences, especially things we do over and over again. This allows our brain to make certain actions automatic, so we don't have to think through each step every time we do something habitual. So when we learn to drive a car, it can seem impossibly difficult to get everything right when we begin to learn. But the same actions flow smoothly after we've been doing them for a while. So it can be very helpful when things become so habitual that they can be done without thinking about them. But there is a downside to that kind of automatic action. We can easily become trapped by the automatic response in other parts of our lives. There are so many ingrained habits that we take for granted, and we never question them because we simply picked up those standard ways of doing things, of reacting to life and situations in life. We picked them up from our family and our culture and our society. I grew up in a family of 10 children, and we were taught that after making a pot of tea, one should immediately boil the kettle again, because one pot would never make enough cups for all 12 in our family. When I got married first, I couldn't understand why my wife didn't do that automatically. How foolish of me. I had become a prisoner of my own conditioning, and I didn't even know it. Now, that's just one perhaps somewhat silly example, but most of us remain unaware of how such unconscious conditioning governs so many of our actions, of our decisions, and our reactions to events in life. Practicing meditation on a regular basis increases our awareness of this conditioning, and that awareness helps us to change. The second way in which meditation gives rise to benefits for people is that meditation encourages the development of neural pathways between the two hemispheres of the brain. Dr. Nataraja reminds us that the two hemispheres have different functions and they perceive the world in very different ways. The left hemisphere is associated with analytical, rational, and logical processing. It divides and reduces. It fragments and analyzes. It is also the seat of language. By contrast, the right hemisphere is associated with non-verbal awareness, with intuition and abstract thought. And it gives expression to and modulates our emotions. Now, Western culture has overstressed left brain activity, And many of us today live out our daily lives in a way that is dominated by left brain activity. The result is that many people fail to see the bigger picture. They don't see things holistically. Instead, they only see the fragments. They also often fail to keep in touch with and honor their feelings and emotions. Meditation helps to correct this imbalance, leading to greater integration of the two hemispheres of the brain as it interprets and responds to pre-reflective experience. Entering a meditative state calms the incessant chatter in our left hemisphere and moves our consciousness towards the right hemisphere. John Main, who recovered the practice of Christian meditation for our time, expressed this integration of the two hemispheres by saying that meditation moves the center of gravity of the person from the head to the heart. The development of neural pathways, bridges between the two hemispheres, gives rise to a more integrated way of being in the moment, a more cohesive mode of perceiving and thinking, which leads to a more balanced way of seeing and being in the world. Our next video will explore how children describe the practical benefits of meditation. And now, to help you discover the benefits of meditation for yourself, I invite you to sit in stillness and silence for the next 8 minutes and to try to set aside that time each day for meditation.